Welcome to Cloud Walker. My name is Indrashish Kosh. We teach here Amazon Web Services. We help you to achieve AWS certifications, usually asked interview questions and their answers. We do not have any paid offline or online tutorial videos. It is completely free of cost. The whole and sole purpose of these videos is AWS training for beginners and experienced as well. Okay, so we'll start today by creating a EC2 instance. Let me go back to the basics of EC2, little bit of it. Where you had to go to come and click this console home, and here you can type EC2. Since I have used EC2 recently visited service, so I can go to EC2 directly from here. The moment I go here, a couple of things at your left. These are not every link you need to know right now. You can skip, and as and when you will go through the entire course, you will be knowing it. So let's start. If you currently see, there's a brand new account, and there is the region which I have selected is North Virginia. I usually prefer working on North Virginia, and launch instance. So this is the first thing. You can go over here, and if I click that, I reach somewhere. You have to keep in mind that if your account is new, you should be clicking free tier eligible. Right now I am selecting Amazon Linux 2 AMI. What is AMI? Amazon Machine Image. If you don't know these, you may Google it, or maybe knowing from other places. I would be covering very quickly couple of things, and I would be creating a EC2 instance over here. So if you have created your own instance, which I have not, then this will appear over here. This is a quick start. This gives you a quick start for it. And AWS Marketplace, these are a lot of companies who have created AMIs, and they are selling it in the marketplace. There are a couple of big things. Say for example, if you have to up and running for a CRM system, there are AMIs which can you can straight away buy it. I mean, there is some money associated with it, or maybe some services associated with it. You can go ahead and see couple of see these are the money which is associated with it. It's a machine image been created by other vendors, and this is a marketplace where other vendors actually sells it. You have a community AMIs as well. Community AMIs are usually more of a um, these are more provided by the community people who are using making AMIs. Mm, this is something where you have to understand one, that the root device type can be of EBS, can be of instance store. EBS, what is the difference between these two? Let me go a little bit of a quick. Previously, when there was no S3, there was no block storage, then people used to use object storage, which is, if you select this, these are a couple of instance storage, which is instance stores back to root devices, where the life cycle of the EC2 instance is to happen only for that time being, the start and the stop. It does not store the data going forward. If you stop the instance, the data would get lost. This is not the case with EBS. EBS backstored is something which you can retain data even after you created it. So couple of architecture difference: 32 62 bit, 64 bit ARM operating system, which are they. Most of the people uses Windows, Ubuntu, Red Hat, uh, CentOS, and Amazon Linux. There are other operating system as well, but then they are not really much in a use. So let me start with a quick start. So let's select and go and make that instance. Always select free tier eligible instance, that is general purpose. Couple of other instance types are there. These are the instance types: general purpose, usually used; compute optimized. Compute optimized is used when you need a more computation. General availability instance. GPU, when there is a lot of GPU usage you need to do. Memory optimized and storage optimized. uh, the instance types do frequently come in exam, and they also ask what is the type of instance they kind of things you would be looking for. And if you go in the memory optimized, you would see not much of a free tier. We will go as the free tier T2 micro. If you need the detail of all this, do let me know in the comment box. I will come and tell you more details on it. uh, Out here there is something which is very important, or most of them are. So if you want to create a spot instance, you can go for a spot instance like this. Network is you have to understand one thing, that if you do not create a virtual private cloud, AWS creates a virtual private cloud by default. It provides it. One important thing to note is never delete this. If you delete it, you will have issues. Okay, and at the same time, you can create new VPC as well. I'm not going to create those. I'm creating on a default one. It's quite a kind of quick network, quick EC2 example. I can go ahead and select a couple of other subnets which is created by on the default of VPC. I'm not going to select that. I would go with select one, basic one. Auto assign public IP, I'm not. In some cases you may require it, that I have to create a auto create my assign my own public IP to the EC2 instance. For them it is disabled, otherwise make it enabled, no issues. I'll come back to placement group and capacity reservation. It's quite different. IAM role comes with a what is the kind of role you are looking for. So since I'll be creating couple of example of monitoring and other stuff, let me go ahead and create a role for you. So starting with a role, it's just create a role, and we will say EC2 instance a role, and say next permission, and we will select cloud watch, uh, full access, cloud watch. Do we have it? Yeah, cloud watch full access. We'll select this, and we'll select tag. Let me create a tag over here, cloud watch. No, cloud watch, cloud watch EC2. um, Cloud watch EC2 will say it is a cloud watch EC2 EC2 role. We'll keep everything intact, and we'll have a role created. Fair enough. This role got created. Just in case if you want to see what is in detail there, you can go there and see the details of this. um, a pretty much basic JSON object, JSON file, tells what is allowed, effect is allowed, everything is allowed over here. Not a good practice to do, but then we'll still, I'm okay with that part as of now. So let's go to the launch instance. Now if I go there, I would not really find it. If I go and select next, and I go here, let me refresh it, I have CloudWatch instance. So we'll go over here and select a CloudWatch EC2 role. Uh, Shutdown behavior. These are a couple of things, if you are not really aware of, I do let me know, I will cover it. These are a little bit advanced part of it. And if I go to advanced detail, there is something called as user data. This is the place where you're supposed to write, what if every time the instance will get up, what are the things we can write over here. And the every time the instance will, um, from start the instance, the couple of commands would, can execute. You can write those commands over here. uh, yes, you can write the sudo yum updates over here, but we'll skip it right now. Not really important for this session. So we can select a root device over here. We selected a root device. We can add couple of other volume devices over here if you need some data beyond your root device. So you can have a extra devices added over here. Let me go and add a tag. For the safe side, we will put a name and would say cloud watch EC2, which will allow me to search for certain things. Yes, we are creating a new mm, security group over here. So let me call it a security group, uh, Indra Shesh 1. So we'll add here the HTTP. Um, this is IPv4 and this is IPv6. We'll add HTTPS for the time being. For the safe side, it's always a good idea to add the HTTPS. Mm, Notice the port range. This is something which is important for the solution architect examination. SSH, HTTP, HTTPS. This usually doesn't come in sysops and DevOps, but then let's review and launch it. Before we launch it, we need a key. This is the last time it shows you that yes, you can go ahead and see all the reviews. If you want to edit, you can go ahead and edit all these sections. And once you are satisfied with the details, if it is saying that security group is open to the world, I'm okay, because it's a tutorial anyways. I'm not going to use this in an enterprise section, but then that's fine. We can live with that, and we say launch. The moment you say launch and there is a key pair instance, there is something which to be noticed. For me, there is no existing key pair. I have to create a new key pair. So select the new key pair and name it. Remember one thing, you have to download it, and once you have downloaded it, you have to do a couple of things when it comes to, especially when it comes to launching that server. So this is the file. I downloaded it right now. We'll go to PuTTY and we'll select Indrashish KP. We'll load it from here. To load it, we'll select all and say indrashishkp.pin, open. It says successfully imported foreign key. Said OK, and then say save private key. It's saying if you want to do without phase, I'm okay with it. Do it, but don't do it in a enterprise level, because that is not something which is good. Indrashish KP, leave it just like that and say save. So you have a new file created with a Indrashish KP. This is how you actually do it. Go back to the instance I was creating, say launch instance. It takes a little bit of a time. Go and see view instance. It will take a little bit of a time. I'll come back when it is up and running. Okay, we are back. The instance is on. So first thing first, let me go ahead and open up this instance for the time being. So what we'll do is we'll go to putty, and here we will write this stuff. So where well, I went to connect, and using this just copied this part and paste it over here. Remember one thing, every time you will have a different public IP address, so you should go ahead and change this. If you see this exactly out here, this 386, this will change. This is because this is the public IP stuff. So one thing, we will write over here the name. We will write Indra Shesh, or rather let me write AWS YouTube channel. Sorry, AWS YouTube channel. With this we will save this, and we will go back to the auth stuff and select that kp file and say okay. Now everything will keep intact, and say open. We'll start asking host key is not cached in the register. That's fair enough. We'll say okay, and we'll go inside. We are there. This is how the Linux 2 instance opens. Pretty much similar. It's suggesting me to do the sudo yum update. We will do that. Sudo yum update -y. It is updating the patch, I mean AMI machine image, which was there. Daily updates are going on, so this does the updating part. You can see the verbose, it's cleaning up, updating, installing sequentially. It does, and it takes care, and it says complete. Fair enough. So we are done with this.